answer it unless it's down below in the comment section. I am going to start a sewing day, well, a cutting and interfacing day. I don't think I'll be sewing at any point today. There are about 5 bags that I want to cut out. 1, 2, 3 of them are completely new to me patterns. Well, sort of. So I'm starting with them printed on cardstock. Again, well, sort of. I only had enough for a few of the patterns to have cardstock, but it is what it is. So I'm going to show you how I keep myself organized when working on literally 5 different bags at once. I thought this might be kind of a helpful video while also being something to help keep me focused. So I have these project bins that are just a simple rolling cart with drawers, and then I have these photo storage bins that I keep all of my hardware in. And because I no longer have my hardware wall, I also no longer have access to as much hardware as I want at any given moment in the day, which is kind of a bummer. But so what I like to do is, as I'm going through the pattern and I decide what hardware I'd like to use, I write a list on a little post-it note and I put it in the container. And so if you're doing something like this, you can write it all down, take the storage container with you to the computer to then order all the hardware you might need, which is, again, a bummer because it's going to be sitting for a minute, but might be helpful for you. Okay. So I'm missing 2 containers, which is not a problem. I have a bunch of extra that I bought at Michael's because they were on sale. And so I'm going to be making the rose handbag from Bagstock Designs. So my pattern pieces are already cut and ready to go, so I don't need to worry about that. So I'm just going to put the exterior fabric I'm going to be using in there, as well as the vinyl that I'll be using. You guys, I can't even tell you how excited about this vinyl I am. This is a sample I ordered from a supplier to be able to carry this. Like, whew, amazing. Look at that backing. It almost looks like leather. It's so cool. Victoria said, what did I miss? Where's your hardware wall? It is in the building I purchased. Yeah, some of the colors in this are like duochrome. You can kind of see how it shifts from like a darker green to lime green. It's amazing. So this is going to be my rose handbag from Bagstock. I think it's going to be freaking gorgeous. I can't wait. So right now what I can do with this is just put it back into the storage bin over here. Teresa, whoops, what have I done? Yes, I plan to sell that vinyl. I have a few colors. I'm going to get somebody else's opinion on it and of course see how it sews up, but based on the way it feels, it is incredible. That vinyl would be pretty thick. I think if you're just using it as an accent, it would be domestic friendly, but otherwise probably not. Okay, and then the other bag that I have here is the Swoon Harriet. I've got templates for that, which makes life so much easier. So again, I'm just going to stick that in the container. I'm going to be using this Goosebumps fabric for that, and then another vinyl sample. This is probably my favorite thing ever. It is a gorgeous feeling faux leather. It does have a fuzzy backing, but again, this is one I'm hoping to carry, so I'm just going to be testing them out. So I'm going to put this in the container. All right, so now I'm on to the 3 bags for patterns that I have never used, or if I have used them, I don't have them anymore. So I've got most of the pieces printed out onto cardstock. This is going to be the blue Calla Aster bag. I'm super excited. This is a face hugger fabric I designed with another one of those glitter vinyls. And this is like a mauvey pink to gray shift. It matches so perfectly. I can't even tell you how excited I am. I'm gonna put this in here, and then I'm gonna get started on cutting out the pattern pieces. I'm gonna grab a ruler to measure my test square. And it looks good. I did cut these off of my computer using Adobe. And made sure that I selected 100%. And then we'll just cut these out. I have not made the blue Calla Aster bag in at least 3 years. And I think I only made one at the time. Do you fully finish a project when you start it or have a partially finished holding area? I have mostly like a partially finished area with the bins, but if I start sewing something, I usually just leave it at my sewing machine. But yeah, if I start a bag, I usually like to finish it. Hello from extremely cold New England. Hi Lauren, can you tell us what will be on sale Saturday? Yes, Kalisha, great question. I will have a video going up tomorrow because everything is now in. I was waiting on the webbing. Was worried it wouldn't arrive, but it did. I actually just texted Jasmine, or emailed her. It's a lot. So we have those new hoodies that are going to be available. They are, unfortunately, they're like a size smaller than the last rainbow hoodies. So the last ones I could size down, but this one I have to do my normal size. So they run a little small, which is a bummer because we only have up to 2X. That's all the supplier carries, which breaks my heart because it isn't inclusive enough for me. But I really love the print, so we're just going with it. We'll have the hoodies. We have so many of those, like an insane amount. We have number 3 zipper pulls that are going to be stocking. We have 2 different designs. We have the rose design and the chevron design. And those are much smaller than the number 5 zipper pulls. We sadly don't currently have any number 3 zipper tape, but we will starting in probably February. We're just waiting on the shipment to arrive. Okay, I said the webbing. I said the hoodies. We have the Blurple glitter rulers in 7-inch and 10-inch. We have a very, very limited number of 7-inch rulers, but we should have plenty of the 10-inch rulers. I just kind of figured you guys were tired of the 7-inch zipper ruler, so we don't have as many of those. And then the water-resistant canvas that was in the grand opening box, we're going to be listing the leftover 1-yard pieces. I believe it's like $11.75 for a 1-yard cut, and they're all pre-cut. And we'll have 2 colors of those. Hi Lauren, do you have bags in stores for sale? I only have bags available on my website. I don't like wholesale out or anything like that. Okay, so as I'm cutting out this pattern piece, I'm making sure to cut on the outside of that black line as best as I can. And then these 2 pieces, they have to be joined together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut past on one side to create like a little notch. And you only want to do that on one side, and that kind of creates this space for the pattern pieces to lay together, and it supports where it connects. So this is the blue Calla Aster bag. What is the largest scrap you keep, and do you have a go-to project for the scraps? I keep mine for just in case, and the scraps keeps getting smaller. I definitely keep scraps basically until I'm like, okay, this is getting out of hand. I haven't used it yet. I probably won't use it again. All right, so there is that little notch that I've kept. I have a piece of packing tape, and I have folded down the sticky edge so that I can carefully line up where they're going to meet. Line that up, and then I just roll the packing tape over it so that they're nicely connected, and then I just fold the rest to the back, and now I've got this nice strong pattern piece. I just went through and purged a ton of scraps I've had for years. It was such a relief. I could not agree with that statement more. Sometimes the clutter adds more stress and sometimes even guilt because you're keeping it and you haven't used it. So I have this pile mostly from my last like big cutting and interfacing day. And I kept these because they're interfaced. And now, like, this one I could make a key fob strap with it or something, a keychain. But otherwise, yeah, who knows? So I would say the best judge for keeping scraps is if you look at it and can think of a project you will use it for. I'd say hold on to it and keep it in your rainy day pile, more or less. But if you look at it and you're like, I have no idea what I could ever do with this, I would say purge it. Just purge it, because you'll feel so much better about getting rid of it. I was thinking it would be kind of cool to come up with a pattern that you, like, I don't know, maybe you could make a pin cushion or a pillow that you stuff all of your scraps into. I don't know. Every so often, I'll use my scraps and make change purses, mini boxy bags. Hello to Perth. Amazing. Okay, let me see. Were there any other questions? Hi, on your recent video, you said you like using 809 for card slots. Can you explain to me how does it feel like? And does it crease? I need something similar in South Africa. I do not know what could be similar. Somebody else might know in the comments, but I'm not sure. It's still weird to not see the hardware wall. I totally get it. Oh, hi Aslan in the she shed. I love it. I make scrappy quilts, so I keep all of my scraps, and every Saturday I cut them into 2-inch strips for a crazy quilt. Oh, that's so fun. Yeah, if I quilted, maybe I would do that, but also Petite just posted a cute pen holder using scraps. Oh yeah, I feel bad getting rid of your scraps. I've just posted it free on my Facebook Marketplace and set it on my porch so someone can use it up. Oh, that's a good idea. Hey Alex, how's it going? I'm working on the Wonder Bag by Starmade Sewing, and it's adorable. You should try it. Oh, that sounds cute. All right, so I've cut this pattern piece out, and there is no notch. So I am creating this little trapezoidal extension onto the other side. Cutting that down. Normally, for my patterns, I like to cut it out of cardstock, unless it's something I'm fairly certain I would never make again. But I find that the cardstock holds up well enough for at least 5 makes if you're careful. Otherwise, templates are amazing. And now I didn't have a lot of excess on the back, so I'm going to grab another little piece of tape to tape up that connection. How do you feel about cotton webbing for straps? I want to make the range backpack by Noodlehead and I'm nervous about it. I would also be worried about it because it can fray. Okay, so this is a nightmare because I was trying to use up scrap and I did it wrong. So I'm just going to cut it out. I can see the difference between the pieces, so I'm not that worried about it. And now this is an accent piece, so I want to cut it very carefully, because this is going to have a raw edge. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this bag. Oh, someone said you could save your scraps to make doll dresses. I believe that's what they said. Okay. Last night I couldn't sleep well, so I was going through patterns and trying to figure out, like, what do I want to make? When I use cotton webbing, I glue the ends really well and add a tab over the ends like you do with zippers. Oh, so like a clamp-on strap-end type thing. That's a good idea. I do like seatbelt webbing for that. I give smaller scraps to my daughter to use with her dolls. Oh, that's smart too. I will say I don't throw away a ton of vinyl scraps because those are great for tassels. Okay, that is the other pattern line. Those are great for tassels and zipper ends, whatnot. I cut my pattern pieces out with the silhouette. Oh, so smart. What do you do with all the bags you make? Do you use them, different bags every day? I actually sell the bags that I make. Some of them I do use for myself, but a lot of them I have for sale on my website. Earbud pouches and holders for scrap vinyl and cork. Absolutely, great idea. Yeah, there are all kinds of scrap busting projects out there. Man, that is confusing. I'm so excited. I've just ordered a Juki 1541. So exciting. Aw, Trina, thank you. I have students that like to sew and love to go through my scraps. Yeah, that's genius. All right, so that is everything I need for the Aster bag. But what I'm gonna do is pull up the pattern on my iPad. I don't like to print out the whole thing. I was watching Monica of Castine Handcrafted sew the other day, and I was super jealous of her folder with like all the instructions and the pattern printed out beautifully. I wish I had that kind of energy, but I don't. But what I want to do is go through and look for the additional cut list, if there is one, which I'm sure there is. Okay. And then I also want to take a look at what hardware I'm going to need, and then I can write that down. I don't think I'm going to worry about writing it down this second, though. Okay. Is there not like an additional cut list? Cutting. For slip pockets, for shoulder straps, for crossbody. gotta go through this. Body A, got that, no worries. Bottom panel B, got that, no worries. Exterior side top panel C. Bottom and pelvis C. Interior side panel. Top panel. Bottom E. Interior side panel. Slip pockets, use pattern piece, body A. Cut on the fold, yep. Okay, zippered pocket. There we go. Also cut. So I need a zip pocket. One zip pocket. Shoulder straps. 23 by 4. That sounds good. 2 straps. 23 by 4. Crossbody. 1 crossbody strap. 4 inches. For the crossbody strap, I usually just go out of the length of the vinyl, so that's why I'm not really writing that down. There is a pattern piece for the bottom peltex. There's a top panel. Okay. Strap connector, cut 4 vinyl. Side connector. I need two side connector. 2 inches wide. 8 inches. I feel like I'm giving away too much of this pattern. I'm so sorry. All right. And then we want the faux piping. 2. 6.75. And this is why when I write out a pattern, when I'm creating a pattern, I like to include that additional cut list for people who don't print out all their pages. Okay. So that's this pattern ready to go. I like to keep my pattern pieces together with a little clip so that I don't lose anything. Sometimes I'll add 2. So there's my pattern. I'm just going to set that in the bin along with my fabrics and then put this one to the side. I like to try and keep my cutting table as clear as possible so that, again, I don't feel overwhelmed by the clutter and the mess of everything. I think that can make life, that can just be hard. All of the clutter, it's very stressful. This one that I'm making is going to be the Joey unisex tote from Sincerely Jen. I'm super excited. I was brainstorming last night and I even messaged Alex at like, what was that, 1 in the morning? I was like, what if it were a backpack? So I'm going to kind of make this into a convertible backpack tote with this duochrome glitter vinyl. You can see it turns from that yellow to that green, and I think it's going to look incredible with this Harry Potter fabric. So excited. So sadly I ran out of cardstock, but I'm going to go ahead and measure my 1-inch test square. We're good. What's really nice is that this pattern has measurements. It was only 11 my time. Okay, I'm so glad to know that because I was like, why are you up? Anyway, good. So I'm kind of tempted to not even cut these out because the measurements are right there. I think I'm going to leave those on the piece of paper for now because I don't have to have that. And so for this piece here, I'm going to start at the bottom and cut my trapezoidal notch and just continue straight. Two hours behind you now. Okay, good to know. Now for pattern piece with the A connector, I've already got that notch, so I don't need to make sure I keep one on this side. to lay my tape on the side without the notch, fold that edge over, make sure I line it up before I stick the tape down. And then reinforce the edges. I have a question. How do you use fabric without getting in trouble? Really been wondering. I'm a small business owner. I make bags, but I don't know the legality of it. I would definitely search for more information online. I am not an expert, so I can't say. I'm working on finishing 2 peekaboos. Oh, yay! Oh, tickets for So Magical Expo go on sale soon. I'm super excited. I had a video chat with Calla about like teaching, etc. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait. I think Renata had the idea of teaching the For the Love of Change pouch, and I thought that was a fabulous idea. It's a pretty quick, easy to make bag. So we're gonna do that. The Sincerely Jen patterns have that additional cut list on it. I love them. I think Sincerely Jen is one of my favorite current pattern designers for the simplicity of the pattern pieces, etc. Like, it's, I don't believe there is like a best way of doing something because we all learn so differently, but her patterns are the best for the way I comprehend a sewing pattern, etc. So yeah, not trying to say there's a best way and an only way, but for the way I learn, etc., these really have been my favorite. Oh, thank you, Jolene. Happy to be here to inspire. And I don't have any Expo or dry erase markers down here. They're all managed to stay at HQ. But what I like to do is just add some tape over these measurements so that I can dry erase as I'm cutting. So I can just kind of cross off with a dry erase marker and then wipe it away. I love the Emily tote you made the other day. Could you get the bottom out of one roll of vinyl? Yes, Marjorie, absolutely. I cut down my extra pieces of cardstock and use them for my hardware list or to label extra pattern pieces. Oh, I love that. That's a great way to use up those pieces. Genius. Okay. So there's this one ready to go. Oh, so satisfying. So I'll just clip that together, move this aside. And then the next one I am cutting out. This is the last one. This is the Alina. I think it's pronounced Alina bag from Bagstock. I printed out my Guardian backpack very wrong. So let me see if I can figure this out. I might need to cut my losses and print this out again. I think it'll be fine though. Yeah, the Lynn's Handmade one is a lighter color. So I think we'll be fine. I can always write on the back of this piece what I actually need to cut out too. Oh, okay, this is a roundy guy. Great. Dry erase markers are also great for tracing out pieces on clear vinyl. Why would, that's amazing. Never would have thought of that. That's genius. Someone asked if I ever take a day off. The answer is no. It's 25 degrees here in Indianapolis. We're not that far apart. What is the weather like there? It's pretty cold. I think the high today is supposed to be like 40 degrees, maybe. Okay. Cut size. 14. Weird. One thing I love about Bagstock patterns is they have their additional cut list a little bit differently, but it's in these little cutting labels. So I think that's really cool. I usually don't cut those out. I usually just take those and mark off as I go. I don't know why, like, my brain was just like, is this like a bingo sheet? And then when you get it all, you win something. You win the chance to sew up a bag. Yay. Now, if I were only working on one new pattern, I probably would have turned my heat press on by now to get that going so that when I'm ready to start interfacing, it's warmed up. But again, I'm working on 5 different bags at once. It's going to be a minute before I can get to it. These are square pieces, so I don't think I'm going to worry about cutting them out. I think I'll just kind of clip that together. Did I measure my test square? Can't remember. Okay, we're good. How long does it take for the heat press to heat up? Probably 5 to 10 minutes. Hi Lauren, it's very cold here in New York, 18 degrees. Oh man. This is the Alina crossbody from Bagstock. It's so different cutting regular paper. Okay, so this is another one that is measurement. Oh, I don't like that. Ooh, I bought the Alina when I bought Felicity. Ooh, nice. Good one. Oh, okay, I see. This connects over there. Hello, Lorena. Okay, so I'm going to be connecting this location. Not sure which one of these I want to start on. I think I'll probably cut one of these out in this live video, but then after that I'm just gonna, I don't know if I want to watch, I might just watch more of Monica's videos. She is probably my favorite to have on in the background lately. It's just like having someone with you. I get it. Okay, so there is that one all together. I realized I didn't show this one off. I'm going to be using the Flying Key fabric with this duochrome vinyl. I'm not 100% sure on this one. It's kind of stiff and I'm worried that it'll crease. It'll show creases when birthed, but it's so cool. Look at these two other colors. Look at this pearl. It's like a holographic pearl color. Hello, Laura. How's it going? And then this one here, it's like this gold green. Look how perfect it is with this Loki fabric. Ah, can't wait. Those I'm just going to make simple tote bags out of. And you know, I think I'm actually going to start with those. So I guess I'm making 7 or 8 bags at the moment. But the tote bags are super quick and they don't require a lot of attention. And look, my cutting table is mostly clear. From what you can see, anyway. Okay, so I'll go ahead. I'm going to use my Seems So Awesome ruler. I'll have to buy whatever you make out of that Loki fabric for my daughter. Oh, fun! Yeah, I'm just going to be making a simple vinyl tote. I have one on my website with the Loki fabric already. So perfect. This is just a really simple tote bag pattern that I've devised. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not going to share my measurements. But I feel like if you watch, you can come up with it. I wasn't cutting hard enough with my ruler. So pretty. So pretty. Time to change your blade, yeah. I need to, I feel like I always need to change my blade if we're being honest. My daughter is 18 next month and obsessed with Marvel, especially Loki. I am with her. Oh. Oh, well, gone forever. For this tote, I actually don't cut my lining fabric out until I've sewn the exteriors together, and then I just cut them to match. And it's a little square bottom tote, so when I cut the corners out, I save those and use them for zipper tabs. So I guess this is an instance where those straps come in handy. I only need 2 sets, so I'm going to throw the rest in my scrap bin. this ruler is really nice. Very clean looking. This is my marking pen. Mark down the center. This tote is going to be very white, but I think those are way too pretty to not put together. So we're doing it. Ooh. Oh no! Oh, you dirty rats. You little stinkers. The sample pieces they cut, this one is 16 inches, not 18 inches. Let's see if we can do the other one. I didn't have anything to match this one, but I wanted to show another one of those vinyls. This is like a purple blue duochrome. Oh, it's so pretty. I can't get over them. All right, this one's 18. Good. Hi, Monica. Sending lots of energy to you. I'm going to be making 2 totes, so I need 4 total bottom pieces. There's that. And then I'll need 4 total straps. Hopefully I'll have just enough. Oh, gosh darn it. Normally I make the straps 3/4 of an inch, so, oh well, I'll just have wider straps. No big deal. Maybe I'll do one with the 1 inch and another one with the 3/4. Yeah, let's do that. So one of my goals this year was to have solid color vinyls available here and there. I have a batch coming probably for maybe April, I think. And all the vinyl we are offering from here on out will be in the 18-inch rolls, except maybe special occasions where it's a little bit less. All right, so there are my straps. Sign me up to buy when you have stock, yeah. I should skip April. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I won't be there for April 1st, but my kind of plan is to have prints releasing on the 1st and then solids releasing on the 15th. Right, it is your birthday. So like solids and zipper tapes on the 15th, prints on the 1st. All right, so just tracing out the corner cutout. All the day after is Amelia. Love it. Sewing up masks again. Yep. Stay safe. Keep others safe, honestly. I feel like that's a huge part of it. I'm working and watching, listening in the background. I had chat shut off so I can focus on what I'm supposed to be doing. Too funny. Okay, so I'm going to put my rollers back. I also ordered samples of this vinyl because it's super freaking awesome looking, but the glitter flakes and it has like a weird surface to it. So I may sell these sample pieces on my website as like one-offs for anybody who does maybe embroidery or something. I'm not sure. The Loki fabric is not going up for sale. It's my own design for my business. My side of the business. Not the sewing supplies side of the business. So, a lot of times the prints I use for my bags will differ slightly from the prints I sell. Little scraps. I'm going to actually save these for the machine magnets we sell. We like to use up some of my scraps for the backer cards of them, basically. Which maybe we'll use those scraps up for. I don't know. Who knows? For the next holiday, yeah. These are actually from holiday clearance. just buy whatever's on sale because likely I'm gonna drop them anyway. And I'm still working on getting my own designs printed onto scissors or something cool like that. After how much you guys have loved the glitter clips, it's like my new life mission to make amazing looking sewing notions. How many bags do I keep? I do have a video from maybe a year and a half or two ago showing all of the bags in my closet, but I do keep quite a few. And sometimes I'll use a bag for like 2 days, and that's long enough for me to know whether I like it or not. And if I don't like it and there's no signs of wear, I just sell it. I might discount it a little bit because I did use it. But yeah. I just got my glitter clips yesterday. They make me so happy. I'm so glad. They make me really happy too. And I'm like, even when I was thinking about making the investment because they were so expensive, I was like, okay, but I know that because I would pay for this, other people would pay for this. Monica says, trying to get my sojo back. I've been so lazy after the holidays. Don't say lazy. You need time to mentally recalibrate. All right. So I can put those in another bin. And I'll probably use zippers on all of these totes, so I don't need any hardware. I have plenty of zippers here. So I'll just put those at my machine. Now, I don't know if I should cut out the Aster bag or the Ruby. I think those are the two I'm like most excited about. How about on the glitter clips, black and pink? I did think black would be kind of fun, a clear black glitter. Lauren, all of your stuff is so amazing, just like, oh, thanks. I finally sewed something 2 days ago after all the Christmas sewing, and now I'm ready to go. Yeah. Yes. Okay. You guys help me decide. Aster or the rose? Poison apple or face huggers? I'm going to turn my heat press on. Take everything off of it first. Do the clips have tiny teeth on them? I really love the glitter, but darn the teeth and prints on the violet. They do have those tiny little nubbies. These don't, though. Poison apple? Okay, we got one vote for poison apple. That one is really cool. Hi, Brittany. How's it going? Oh, we got a face hugger vote. Aster, that's a face hugger. Poison apple, Aster. Do you ever sew with wax canvas? I have not sewn with wax canvas before. I know that Sonar Nicole does. Okay. Poison apple. Dang. No, that's okay though. Let's do it. So she gets it, I believe, from Fabric Funhouse. What size is the small ruler you have? Let me just take you over there. Needlehead group is full of wax canvas bags. So these are all the rulers. I'm not sure which one is the small ruler. I guess the smallest one would be the 1.5 or the 2.5 inch square. 1x6. I also want to find glitter version of this. Fine, I want to make it. But I know that Okla Roots released her Okla rulers too, so I hate to like compete in a way. Hi, Kathy. All right. Okay. So I'm going to pull this bag up on my iPad really quick, just so I can kind of plan out what it's going to look like. Elemento PQRSR. Ruby. No? What are you? The rose? Do I have the rose? Oh no. Of course. Somehow I don't have it. Let me check my email. If not, I'll just pay for it again. I might be able to log in. Sign in. Alright, put these rulers or these scissors away. Get out my other ones. Look at this color combo. Look how perfect. Oh, that's true. Yeah, her intentions. And I mean, like, it's also not like it didn't exist before, and it's not like people can't have multiple rulers, you know? Yeah, I'll probably reach out and be like, hey, do you mind? But that's if I find them. The glitter! Does anybody else forget their password for everything? Brittany, I don't have any plans for this wall at the moment. I would like to get more of those hardware bins to have a stash of my own here. Forgot your password? Yes. Every time I get a new phone or computer. To start my own little stash, but it'll be a bit. And then watch like I don't even have an account. I adore the Ron Swanson picture. Thank you. Yeah, those are all my drawings. Kristen, yes, there is a new sweatshirt coming out. It is the I'd love to, but I'm so busy in a rainbow sorbet. Reset your password. Save password. All right. Hi, Karen. All right, so this is lining, so I know I didn't need that. Top lining, 2 of the exterior. This vinyl is, honestly, it's thin, but it's dense. So I'm not sure if I want to use it for the top lining or if I want to use the poison apple print. Probably should just use the poison apple print. So what I'm doing right now is I am planning out the bag and making small stacks of what I need to cut out of what. Here we go, download. And then I'll make sure to save it. So this is my interior zippered pocket. That's going to go in my lining pile. Exterior front middle bottom panel. This is the back, so I want that out of the poison apple print. Exterior front pocket panel, poison apple. Exterior front middle top panel, glitter. Bottom panel stabilizer, that goes in another pile. Main zipper closure, I'm gonna go with my lining. Short strap there. This is the contrasting fabric. So, yeah, the flap I want out of the glitter, bottom panel glitter, connector glitter, exterior front side panel. So in her pattern, she has mostly the cotton fabric. So I'll go ahead and show you a picture of this bag. Ooh, okay, I'll just remove that. So I'm not sure if I want to do something similar where it's only a little bit of the glitter, or if I want my side panels to be glitter and just have the flap, the glitter, and while the bottom of the pocket is the, yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So my side panels will be glitter, the flap will be glitter, and then the rest will be the poison apple. And I know a lot of people say, like, I always have the hardest time deciding. Go with your gut. And if you are second guessing yourself, go with the first thing you said. just go with it. Exterior back panel. So I am actually not going to have a solid back. I'm going to make 2 pockets. So I'm going to end up cutting 2 of these from my exterior. So a total of 4. Just because I like the idea of double pockets, but I'm not going to add a second flap. I'm just going to make a slip pocket. So this exterior back panel, I'm just going to use to cut out my foam interfacing. So that's going to go in my interfacing pile. And since I've got my heat press started, I'll go ahead and start cutting out my exterior pieces. I want a crossbody strap, but I'm not sure if I want to do the vinyl. No, I don't want to do the vinyl for the crossbody strap. I'm not a huge fan of glitter vinyl crossbody straps. I find them to be kind of sticky and uncomfortable. This one, this vinyl, it is, I mean, it's glitter vinyl. It's going to have a little bit of stick. Okay, so I've got this edge that I tear from. Not the correct edge though. I feel like, no? No. Okay, there it is. Yeah, there we go. Nope, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to start from the other side because now I'm just making a giant mess of my pattern pieces. world is going on? Okay, that looks like where I want to rip. So 1, 2, 3, 4, a 1-inch wide crossbody strap. Perfect. So I want my exterior, front, middle, top panel. I'm going to be cutting out 2 of these. Exterior, front, middle. 1 exterior. Why did I have 3 waterproof canvas? I don't know. But this front pocket panel, I want 2 contrasting, cut 2 exterior because this is going to be that front slip pocket on both sides. Tote. Because I'm going to be adding foam to this bag, I don't need to add the SoFuse Plus. I think that and the foam will be a lot, so I'm just going to be using this cotton fabric. It's like a canvas cotton. It's pretty thick. So we'll find a nice edge. This is the top lining piece. So I'm going to clip that down. I'm going to rough cut this piece out. Now see, this is a scrap that I'm like, do I keep it? It's big enough for a keychain or key fob, so I'm just going to put that in a stack. Have you ever done craft shows with your bags? I have done craft shows with my bags. I prefer to do Comic-Cons to sell my bags because of the themes of my fabric. They are better suited. And I find that a lot of craft shows, people are rude, so I don't like to do them. Okay, so I am just rough cutting out the exterior fabric, and then I will interface it, and then I'm going to cut it out to the exact size I need it to be. Because the likelihood of using up every single little piece of fabric, not likely. So I'm laying all the pieces that need to be interfaced on my heat press along with the pattern piece so that I can deal with it when I get to it. I'm gonna grab this is probably my second favorite ruler. It's the 8.5 by 8.5 inch square. It's pretty similar to the exterior front pocket panel size, and I want to kind of fussy cut this piece. So I'm just gonna cut an 8.5 inch square and then trim it down. People are not there to spend a lot of money at craft shows. That's what I found. Yeah, facts. Okay, so I know I need 2 of these pieces. I'm just going to go straight up. And my heat press is pretty warmed up, which is great. Short strap top, exterior front, middle, bottom panel. Yeah. So this is the piece you can just see a little peek of right there. So if you're using a really expensive exterior fabric, that's why I have waterproof canvas down for that. But I have a ton of this print, so I'm just going to use the print. And this one, cut 2 of those. I'll cut 2 of these. And I'm cutting it to like 8.5 by 7, and then I can straighten it up after I have fused it. I don't know why I said cut 3 waterproof canvas. I'm baffled. Okay, so the short strap top, I can grab my 12-inch ruler. This is 12 by 6. I only need a 3-inch piece. And I'm going to leave this piece together and just mark out the line to cut so that I can interface it a lot faster. All is one. Exterior, front, middle, top panel. Got this little section here that seems pretty perfect. I feel like the way I cut and interface a bag changes every time I do it. So it's hard to say there's one right way. There is no one right way for anything. So do what you feel. How I cut depends on time, space, and energy level. Facts. Okay. So all of the pieces I need out of the woven fabric are done. I got them. So I'm going to fold this back up to put away. And I wish I was the kind of person that used comic book boards. Maybe at some point I'll get to that level of organization down here, but not anytime soon. Oh, back to the wall. Another thing I want to do is get bookcases to put fabric on, because the shelves I have are just piling over, and I would really like to have one wall like mostly full of vinyl, that type of thing. Just because I have so much. I don't have a big cutting space and often end up on the floor cutting out. I have been there. I get that. Okay, I'm going to press my fabrics. To iron out any wrinkles before I interface them. I'm going to grab my other tripod really quick. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Collacs from IKEA are great for holding fabric. Yeah, that's true. I cut up a bunch of large flat rate boxes and used that for wrapping fabric instead of buying comic book boards. Yeah. Hi, Rochelle. What is the difference between cowhide leather and pighide leather? The animal? But honestly, I'm not sure. I'm not great with leather. All right, I'm gonna flip the camera so you can see the interfacing. I accidentally locked my phone. What kind of leather do I buy? I think I buy cowhide leather mostly. I feel like maybe pigskin is thinner. Maybe. Okay, I'm gonna use woven interfacing on my fabric. Is there a thin leather that could compare to vinyl as far as the thickness? Thin vinyl, I would say you'd really have to go in store to try it to know more or less. All right, I've got this scrap piece of interfacing. I'm just gonna kind of cut around, lay them in place, see how it goes. Oh, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. This bag is gonna be so cool. I might try to sew this up tonight. No, you know, this is tough. I think that's something I have a hard time with too, is like, do I spend this day cutting out and interfacing and then try to find the time to sew these bags later, or do I just cut this bag and sew it up today? What do I have the energy for? I probably should just finish cutting out all the bags. Those are pressed. The interfacing is on. I'm going to let them rest. What type of interfacing are you using? I am using a woven interfacing. I believe this is So Fuse, but I am honestly not sure. Like I said, I'm using a thicker cotton canvas print, so I don't need as much interfacing for these pieces. So I am just lining them up on the cutting, on the heat press. I hate cutting and interfacing, but somehow enjoying watching you do it. I know exactly what you mean. I try to think of cutting and interfacing as just part of the process and try to enjoy it as much as you can. And I think that might be why I will change up a pattern so much, maybe, just to help me get excited for it. I don't know. It's like I was saying to Alex last night, like, I can't just do what the pattern says. I gotta change it up somehow. What is the best way that you clean your cutting mat? I just use the Clorox wipes. Make sure you don't use anything with alcohol, otherwise it might remove the lines on your cutting table. But I honestly don't clean it that often. Is that gross? I mean, I don't clean it that often anymore. When we had hardware boxes and etc., I cleaned it a lot. Especially before cutting and interfacing a project. Did you design that print on the fabric? Yes. And I do sell this print. We will have it releasing later in the year, but it's smaller. Hello, Kelly. Thanks for joining us. I always change the pattern, yes, just because it's fun, yeah. There are days when all I want to do is cut and interface, otherwise all I want to do is sew. I have a lot of bags cut out at the moment, and there are other days I want to sew with nothing cut out. I can't win. Oh man, yeah. Finally caught a live tutorial. Thanks for joining. Alrighty, gonna let some of these cool off. I do not need to interface anything else with the woven fabric, so I will go ahead and fold this up. Oh wait, I need to do my strap. So I actually have another bolt of interfacing that I use specifically for straps. Would it be weird to put purse feet on the bottom of the Guardian? Absolutely not. So I think I actually have one ripped. So the woven interfacing you can usually rip, so I keep one that is completely straight and one that is for various cuts. So I'll go ahead and interface the crossbody strap. Where did it go? Oh, it's in the stack. Would you suggest 5 or 6 purse feet? I am usually a fan of 5 purse feet, just because I feel like a lot of the weight of the bag goes to the center. So having that one in the center kind of evens it out. Otherwise you have 2, but you've still got most of the weight in the center that falls lower maybe. This is not proven in any way, shape, or form. It's just what I think. Someone said they put 5 purse feet on their Guardian. Okay. Wow, this is a gift from past me, for sure. Perfect amount, just sitting there. I feel 5 makes more sense as well. I don't think there's anything wrong with 6 purse feet though. And then I do keep an edge uninterfaced to fold in the raw edge and to fold over to secure so that there's less bulk within it. I wish I had a big space to sew. My bedroom resembles a craft room. Oh, yeah, no, I hear you. I have not always been this lucky. Okay, so at this point, if you were just making one bag, you could go ahead and turn off your heat press. But no, actually I have to fuse the Decaville to my pattern piece bottom. So let's go ahead and do that. Or go ahead and start by cutting out the bottom of my bag. If I'm going to make a crossbody strap out of the vinyl, I cut that first because I want that to be out of the width of my vinyl. If you're not sure if your roll is going to fit, lay your pattern pieces out, trace them very lightly, and make sure. Pierre, what is your question? I know, I'm obsessed with the screen. It's incredible. All right, 13.5. 1, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I read the ruler, but I don't trust it. Do you spray water on interfacing that requires steam when using a heat press? Yes. Okay. And I'll grab my piece of Decaville Heavy. I think I can use the smaller ruler for it. Nope. Yeah, we'll do it anyway. Oh, look at that piece, it's so perfect. If you are using vinyl with a fuzzy back, do you interface it with woven interfacing? It really just depends on the feel of it. The one I'm using now, I'm not going to be using any interfacing on other than the bottom of the bag because it's already so thick. Well, like not so thick, but thick enough. So yeah, I think it really just depends on how your vinyl feels. Hello, I received the motor to my 1181. Is it common for how they ship it? Oh, I'm not sure. I purchased my machine all together. So I don't know. But it sounds like that does happen. All right, so we're going to fuse this in the center. 10 seconds. I was asking about buying leather because I never bought leather before and wanted to know more on leather and if it would work on a domestic machine. Some leathers do work on a domestic machine, but you want to make sure that you're buying like half ounce to 1.5 ounce leather, and even then it might still be a little bit thick. Okay. Now I can turn off my heat press. I can turn it on again later. I'll cut out the vinyl. All right. Put it in the bag. Put that away. Bottom panel stabilizer is finished. Bottom panel. I just made my lining. Stack. These are all my exterior pieces. So short strap. Done with this piece. 2 front pocket pieces. You said the other day when showing your presser foot that it is rippled on the bottom. I noticed you use it for everything. Mine leaves marks on the vinyl. You will want to loosen the pressure of that foot. Mine can leave marks on things too, so. 8.5 by 6.25. I want to go up this way so that I can see that apple at the end of it. Do you think rotary cutters are evil too? Sometimes they can be. That is true. There we go. I am currently cutting out the rose handbag from Bagstock Designs. So this is my front pocket panel. So I'm going to put this in my lining pile. I'll need to cut out a lining piece from that. And then 6.5 1/4 tall. Okay. And if you wanted to, you could cut this piece longer to make that like zippered slip pocket that they do. Bagstock does a lot on their patterns, and I think I might do that. I'll go ahead and cut this top piece to 1.5. Just because, why not more pockets? Plus that print magically lined up perfectly, so I think I kind of have to. So I'll put that in my lining pile, and I'm done with this piece. So I'll go ahead and clip it. Out of sight, out of mind. Exterior front middle panel. Eight and a half. Line that up. And for this piece, I'm not going to need a lining. So I'm just going to put it in my project bin and label this middle bottom panel. And if you need to, you can put an arrow at the top just so you know which way is up. I definitely feel like I've been using a rotary cutter more and more than I used to anyway. But yeah, you definitely want to be careful. And I know that I'm not the best with it, but I do okay. Okay. This is the front, middle, bottom panel. And if you need to, you can definitely clip your pattern piece to the piece and lay it in your project bin. Love that you added some Heartwood tags to your arsenal. Aren't they the best? Yes, I love them so much. Oh, please close the rotary cutter when you put it down. Yeah, sometimes I don't. It is what it is. Okay. So now I'm cutting out that front middle panel piece. You can trace this if you want and then cut it out. Sometimes I change my mind. I think with this curve, I'll go ahead and trace it and cut it out because I'm not sure how easy it'll be to keep that clipped together. I'm going to start by cutting out that curve and clip everything together so that the layers don't shift. Just go slow around that. Okay, and then I'll readjust my clips to where I've already cut to keep everything together to cut down the rest. Oh, it's gonna look so cool. You Make sure you're lining up that fold line. And this is why I love using cardstock, because if you get your pen in the right groove, it will just kind of set in place while you trace around. I ended up with the wrong machine and went to a Juki store here in Washington to buy mine. To this date, I'm still having problems getting a return tag for that other industrial machine. Oh no. As much as I want to sew this bag, I think I am going to spend the day cutting and interfacing, so that way, like, this weekend and next week, I can just focus on sewing. I'm deciding that now. I wish I could be one of those people that can use their rotary cutter to just like trace the pattern piece. If you do, you're a wizard. I don't know how you do it. I have been getting into the habit of closing my rotary cutter, mostly because my 7-year-old runs around my sewing room, but also because I fear that I might drop it. Yeah, totally. I feel like if Dorothy were older and could reach up here, I would absolutely be more likely to close it. So eventually I will make sure. I use 3 different rotary cutters. Did I ever try the Ruby? I have not, actually. I don't know. I think I purchased it. I can't remember, but yeah, it is a really pretty bag. I think it's just, I love the shape of this one more. So that's why I just never purchased the other or made the other. I don't know. I keep listening for Dorothy, but she's not here. I find it so hard to sew with my 4-year-old around. As soon as I approach my sewing area, it's like a bell rings and he's interested in my stuff. Yeah. When will the cut and sewn tags be available? So I believe Jade is going to be listing them on her website. In a pack of 5 on my website, and I imagine they might be here in like 2 to 3 weeks maybe. But I'm not sure. Okay, so there is all of my woven fabric cut for the bag. So I'm going to move on to the rest of the exterior. Cool, so you will stock them. Yes. I will have the cosmic cork and the black faux leather and just those colors. I've gone from carrying a purse bag to wanting to carry a semi-medium single sling backpack. I know Lynn Sport has a sling backpack coming out, but I'm not sure of any other great ones. Has anyone made the Aspen crossbody? I've had that pattern for a while and haven't made it yet. I have spent the last few months sewing little girl dresses. Who is the Aspen crossbody by? It sounds familiar, but I can't place it in my mind. Okay, so exterior flap, strap, connectors. So I'll go ahead and cut out my strap pieces. The Speedwell Sling is on my list. Oh yeah, that's a cool looking one. Okay, clipping my straps together. This piece is done. I'm going to cut these 2 by 6. Cut it in half to 3. So these are my connectors. I think I'm going to use black nickel hardware on this bag. I think that would look really nice. Have you always been this organized or just since you started to? Oh my gosh, no, I have not always been this organized. Pregnancy definitely increased my organization. The whole nesting thing. So I need purse feet. I need a zip end. I need 1-inch D-rings, 2. I need 1-inch snap hooks, 2. I need a 1-inch slide, 1. And a magnetic snap. I think that's it. So I go ahead and put that in there. You can see the Sandhill sling. That one is from Noodlehead, I believe. No? Okay, so I'll cut my flap out. And again, I'm keeping one side uncut in case I want a crossbody strap at some point. And I use my silver marking pen. You can see that line on the vinyl. I think I'm going to line my flap with the print, Poison Apple print. I don't think I have a scrap piece big enough, but I don't necessarily want to use my lining fabric for that. So just see if I've got a nice little section here. Yeah. Oh, that'll look perfect. Right there. Oh, pretty cold. The Speedwell sling is from Blue Calla. Oh. Yeah. Slings have been very popular. I don't know, I think, yeah, I made the dragon sling from XOXO Lauren. That's pretty much it. My heat press might still be warm enough for me to interface this with a scrap of woven. Nope, I don't think it is. Maybe if I press it and leave it there, it might. Flap. And then the last is to cut out this piece mirrored. Go ahead and mark that on the wrong side. And because this print isn't directional, I can kind of, yeah, there we go. Lay these together at an angle. The back of this vinyl is so cool. I really hope that this sews up nicely so that I can offer it. It's just so much fun. All right, so I want to make sure that I am cutting 2 with the pattern piece facing up at me, and then I want to make sure that I flip it over so that I'm getting mirrored pieces, because if you can see the pattern text for all 4 of your pieces, they're going to be wrong. So make sure that you're flipping it over so that it's a mirrored piece. Again, flipping it over. You don't want to see the text. So sometimes with a pattern piece that needs to be mirrored, I will cut, or not cut, I will mark cut 2 on the back. All right, cut 2. So that I know I need to cut 2 this way and cut 2 this way. Drinking my 3rd cup of coffee. Glad to catch the live. As you were saying coffee, I was like, oh, I went to the coffee shop and bought coffee. Where's my coffee? I already drank it. It's gone. So I'm very happy that you have coffee. Mine is gone. Although I could go make another. I might. We'll see. Alright, so now we can cut that out. Oh, it feels so nice. I need another cup. Trying to do 3 things at once. Yeah. Oh, man. I don't need anything else cut out of my vinyl, so I'll go ahead and fold this up. Thank you, Lauren. Mirror image always confuses me. Yeah. I get that way sometimes too. And then if you need to, mark the top with an arrow. Couldn't hurt. And then I'll just cut these apart. I will not be sewing this bag for a tutorial. I already have a tutorial for this bag. And it's nice to just sew. So you can see these are mirror image of each other. Clip those together, and that is it for our exterior. So we're going to move on to our lining. I think I'm going to use black canvas for the lining. Red makes it too Christmassy, green is too clashy. That did not interface at all. I'm going to use my iron really quick. Piece. Hello, Lynette. Laura from Scotland. We're on our 6th cup of coffee. Amazing. Got my beautiful glitter clips yesterday. Yay! I don't think I need to add any interfacing to this flap other than where the magnetic snap goes, just because it's already so thick. Lauren, do you think you will ever participate in Sew and Swap again? I would definitely love to. I just, every time I did it, no lie, I half-assed it. And I don't think that's fair to the people participating in Sew and Swap. So I just haven't had time. I'm working on the new Bagstock pattern. Is it time consumer? It is a time consumer. For sure. I have my beginner sewing class on Sunday. I'm excited. Oh, fun. Are you teaching it or are you learning? Put that together. Right, lining. Trying to clean up my mess as I go. Square here. So I need 2 of this pattern piece. I'm just gonna rough cut. Actually, I only need one pattern piece that's this size. I'll go ahead and clip these right sides together so that I know when I go to my sewing machine, these pieces go together. This one here, I'm going to cut a little bit taller. That's not enough. Because I'm making it that slip zip pocket. So I'm going to lay it out like it would look with my zipper attached, give or take. And then I still need to also cut out the lining for that pocket. So what I'm gonna do is measure this piece here, and it is 6 inches tall. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut my lining piece to 11 inches so that it doesn't extend all the way down into that seam. So I'm gonna do 11 by 9. For the lining. And I've got my 9.5 by 24 inch ruler. So there's my 9. And there is 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's 13. Here's 11 by 9. Square that up a little bit better here. So this piece here isn't really big enough for saving. If you wanted to, you could cut out strap connector stabilizers from it. Small victories today. I finally remembered I don't need to stand up my Elysium iron. Oh, I love that. Anybody who isn't used to that kind of iron that comes down here always stands it up. They're like, oh, your iron. And I'm like, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's got feet. It'll be fine. Don't touch my shit. Okay. Zippered pocket panel. I'm just going to use my zipper pocket piece. Up here. I think I'll go ahead and add 2 zippered pockets. So there's 1. There's 2. Zippered pockets. I don't need this anymore, but I'm gonna need it for another bag that I cut out, so I'll go ahead and just plop it in the next up bin. So I don't need my zipper pocket panel piece, but I do need my bottom lining piece. I'll find a nice area to cut on the fold. around. This trapezoidal shape isn't too complicated, so I feel like I can just cut it out with my scissors. I'm really tempted to add the slip pockets that are part of the Felicity tote to this bag. And if I do, it would be out of the woven fabric. So we'll see. No, I think this bag is too small. I'm not going to. Just the 2 zippered pockets and maybe a slip pocket should be good. It's got the outside pockets as well, so personally, myself, sometimes I feel like too many pockets is too many pockets because I never remember where something is. Yeah. All right, so there is my lining. I'm going to go ahead and actually snip my centers while I'm here. And I won't have to do it later. I should keep another pair of those precision snips at my cutting table for that reason. Yeah. Here's that. Done with this piece. Not making a slip pocket. Bottom panel. Still need to cut out my bottom panel. And my zipper panel. I wish there was pre-made zipper panels that I could buy. Unnecessary for sure, but it would be nice. Okay. Marking the centers out on that piece, and then on the back side, if you want, you could write bottom with a marking pen, just so you don't look at it and wonder what it is. I think that's everything I need for that bag except the foam. I always struggle with adding foam. I'm like, does the bag need it? I don't know. Yes. I'm going with yes. I think it does. You could also cut the foam out once you've finished the exterior panel. Baste it in place. So what I'm going to do is just rough cut this, baste it on, and then trim down the excess. So there's one piece. Oh, nope. I still need to cut out my zipper panel. That's all right. It won't take long. I'm also worried because the waterproof canvas is so thick for that, but I don't know if that's what I want to make it out of. And you can see how these clips come in handy for the pattern pieces too. Is there a Facebook group for your site? Yes. I have the sewing group, Sew Whatever. And then I have the Mormino MMK custom fabric group. I don't post a ton in it, mostly just the new fabrics coming up. I just don't like advertising for myself. The marking pen I'm using, it's the Silver Ink marking pen that's on my website. It's just a Tandy leather refill. You can get these on Amazon. And usually I make sure I store them face up. I don't know. I just saw somebody message through the website that they've had really leaky pens, so I'm not sure if it's the refills or the way they're being stored. I don't know. My cylinder arm machine is the Texo 4800 Pro. All right, 11. I'm gonna do 11 by 2. 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna need another one of these. Pieces. I'm just gonna do all black waterproof canvas for the zipper panel. I'm lining up 2 of the edges and then trimming down the other. And then I'll cut these to the size they need to be. I wish I had a different color cutting mat. The other side is green, which I'm not a fan of. So maybe I'll take this cutting mat to the shop and buy myself a fancy new one. I don't know. And then while you're here, you can also mark out the fold line for the zipper panel if you want. You can mark where you'll fold up to. It can be kind of helpful. Anything you can do at your cutting table, if you have access to one, really saves time when sewing the bag. This one is, I think, 56 by 30. Yeah, it's 56 by 38. No, 58 by 38. What a weird size. Okay, now the bag is cut. Woo. Oh, that's another reason I can't make the bag today. I don't have hardware for it. All right, so that is everything for this video. I'll hold on a second to answer any last questions you all might have. But other than that, I'm gonna get myself some more water. And try to finish cutting these 4 more bags. Oh, thank you, Alex, for the links. As always, take your time. All good. People have lived without links for a while. Just in time for me to have to leave. I have a tutorial posting Thursday for the Felicity Tote by Bagstock. I'm really excited. My website is mormino.com, moremeknow.com. Somebody commented on a video and was like, why is your company name Mormino if you pronounce your last name Morino or something? And I was like, I don't do that. Do you do that? Because it's wrong. Yeah, thanks so much for hanging out. I have a video posting tomorrow actually too of what's coming on Saturday, and yeah. When did you say those tags would be on your website? Maybe in 2 to 3 weeks. We also have some other new woven labels that I'm really excited about. One that says may contain dog hair, one that says this bag is a natural 20. What time on the 15th? 10 a.m. Central. Loving all the vids lately. It keeps me busy. I'm glad, because there will be a time where I find no motivation in anything and there will be no videos for a while. Yes, finally a D&D inspired woven label. We just went back and forth on it for a really long time. Bye, Monica. I'm gonna go hang out with Past You on my TV.